Yes, Man United fans, let's talk about it. What is going on at your club? Things are looking dark over there. As a Liverpool fan, hmm, not really bothered. I'm enjoying it. It is what it is because you lot used to do us dirty, used to rub us out, used to do a madness to us. Swings and roundabouts, here we are. And I'll start off with this quote here on my left, as you can see. Roy Keane, after the Arsenal and Liverpool game, post match reactions, said the following, and I quote verbatim: Sir Alex Ferguson is still hanging around Man United like a bad smell. I'm sorry. I'm not Sturridge. I'm not professional like he was. But if I was in that studio, I would have been creasing. I would have been in stitches because, as much as many people can deny it, Fergie still got a strong hold at Man United. And Richard Keys said it as well, and a few other fans. And I speak to Man United fans. The sooner you sever ties, you cease all things to do with Sir Alex Ferguson, the better Man United will rise because things have been abysmal. It's been dire football of recent, and this merry-go-round of sacking managers after sacking managers after sacking managers, then compensating them afterwards, it's getting ridiculous. And you're not gonna fix nothing. And going back to Sir Alex Ferguson, many of these proteges, ex-players, like they just keep coming round the club and are in the club. Um, okay, it was a record, but Darren Fletcher in the Brighton game yesterday, um, his two sons, twin sons, were both on the bench. Nepotism, yes, okay, is what it is. End of the day, I don't know the boys. I've never seen them play a day in my life. But if they're good, obviously they're good. They can be on the bench and they can do something for Man United. But it's just a consistent conveyor belt of nonsense, things that don't make sense. And Man United have to accept they're not where they are. And it's going to take a lot of things to change their trajectory, this downhill struggle they're going through. Because at Man United, sorry, at Liverpool, we had to do it. When Klopp came in, I believe he was given the reins to just go in there, rip everything apart, and just build the foundations of which Slot is now enjoying, and many academy players are enjoying. And Liverpool are in a great place. Yes, we're still in the mud here and again. The football is not like Klopp football. Slot football is different, but we're still here. We're league title winners. We're champions. We've won some prestigious cups along the way. In while Man United are going down, we've gone up. Champions League, FA Cups, League Cups. The title we've won it twice in that time frame. So let's deep dive into this and go a bit further into what is going on at Man United. Starting off with this: 11 managers in the since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. That was back in May 2013. Since then, there've been 11 managers appointed, um, seven full time and four interim. Um, at the time of recording, we're going for an interim right now with Darren Fletcher being at the helm, and they got knocked out by Brighton yesterday in the third round of the FA Cup. Dark times. It is what it is, but 60 million plus in sacking compensations. Financial disaster, generally speaking, across the board. 1.85 million spent, so since that time, basically. Yes, but they are juggernaut. Man United, you can say whatever you want about them, but they generate money. Global sales, um, shirt sales, commercial, like they make money. Hence, they're still afloat. Things are still good, and they keep pouring money into prospective talent or players that are gonna do wonders for them. But let's just go further deep dive into it. So whole of flops, players that have come in, haven't done a good job, done good job, that kind of stuff. Let's delve into some of the negatives, or should I say, the unwanted numbers. Liverpool, we smoked them 7-0. Bitter rivals, as everyone knows. Liverpool, Man United, always been like that for some years. We smoked them 7-0. That was one of their lowest, and to this day, most Liverpool fans still draw for that scoreline. 58 points, one of the lowest ever for Man United. Next, eighth eighth I can't even say it. Eighth place finish in the Premier League. Low, rock bottom for a club of Man United stature. Next, in the since May 2013, when Sir Alex Ferguson left, zero Premier League trophies at all, zero. And before then, Fergus would just getting them like it's nothing. You get what I'm saying? Back to back, like yeah, it was a great time for them lot. But like Chi said, F all that back in the day. You get what I'm saying? We're here now. It's 2026. No one cares about that nostalgia. You get what I'm saying? Especially, and that's why Roy Keane probably said what he said, because unless they fix something, sever all ties to all that back in the day glory and reset things and spend wisely, get the right managers in and stick with them, it's gonna be dark. So let's go through some of the managers that they've gone through in over the years. Like I mentioned earlier, 11 since then, and just look at some of these astronomical numbers in terms of compensations on my left right here, the sacking leaderboard. Jose Mourinho arguably probably did the best for Man United when in his tenure. 19.6 million in compensation my man got. 19.6 million. Next, Ruben Amrin, couple days ago, like the beginning of the year 2026. 12 million he got. 12 million, and he won nothing in that short time he was here he was there at Man United. Next, Eric Ten Hag. Okay, 10.4 million. Still a lot of money. But we can go through Louis van Gaal, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, David Moyes, obviously the first one when he took over from Sir Alex Ferguson, with his blessing, by the way. And speaking of blessing, I just find it mad that Darren Fletcher went and asked for Sir Alex Ferguson's blessing. I get the respect thing. I get he gave Darren a lot of time, game time when he was manager. I get the respecting, but when does Man United stop doing this? Sir Alex Ferguson is deep in. He's a pensioner. What? No respect, no disrespect. What does he know about football on the ground level? What does he actually know? I would argue not much, because he can't. He's far removed from the footballing going on at Man United. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure Man United fans will let me know in the comments. Maybe he's deep in the trenches and he knows everything, but I doubt it. But here we are. Now, there's been several interim managers at Man United, which is another issue in itself, because interim managers usually just a small little fix just to plug the hole for now, kind of thing, and until you work it out. But then again, they're going to do the same thing. Someone likely attached to Man United, and they get them in. Carrick, um, Van Nistelrooy, Fletcher, Giggs, all linked with Sir Alex Ferguson. So maybe Roy Keane is right. Something needs to happen. Something different needs to happen. Maybe he needs to come in. But anyway, let's go below me down here. Moyes, he brought in Fellini. Surprise, surprise. Everton, he was bagging goals. He was doing a lot for Everton. So I get that. And a lot of managers do this. When they move from one club to another, they like to poach or bring one or two of the players that they had from their previous club. Fellaini didn't do 25 million. I would say he did his thing. he wasn't neither here or there. And then Van Gaal, he brought in 60 million Di Marie and 31 million Depay, Memphis Depay. He's doing great now, but well, just as Rashford is doing well, McTominay is doing well over there in Italy. Rashford yesterday won a Super Cup with Barcelona, so yeah, it is what it is. And then Mourinho brought Pogba and Fred. It is what it is. I'm a big fan of Pogba. He did his thing when he was here. The media obviously scapegoated him most of the time, and they blamed him for a lot of things, which, in my opinion, pretty much nothing to do with Pogba. It's just the footballing going on, the issues going on internally at Man United. But as a footballer, Paul Pogba was a great signing, and if anything, the team should have been built around him because he could have taken them far. But I digress. Jordan Sancho, 75, sorry, 73 million, dark, and he's still going through it. And at the time of recording, I'm not sure if he's still a Man United player or he's on loan to Villa. I'm not sure. Either way, dark times. Harry Maguire, 80 million. Many Man United fans would say he's done alright. He's doing his thing. He's helped them do a lot of things, brought them from the brink of losing games to either drawing or winning it. Um, it is what it is. Ten Hag's bring-ins. Anthony, oh my God, Anthony, 82 million. That's probably arguably, in my opinion, one of the worst signings ever. He done nothing for these lot. It was atrocious in most games, but who am I? I'm just a YouTube guy recording content on football. I'm not as talented as him. He made it. I didn't, but I'm sorry. It is what it is. He was dreadful, Man United, and that's 82 million down the pan. And I guess, yeah, he's been sold now and moved on. And then under Amrin, he brought in Lenny Euro. Still, the jury's out on that one. Still going through it. He's a young player, so who knows? He could come good. Obviously, the man Ogate, rubbish. Most Man United fans have told me he's not fit. He's not fit for purpose, and when he was signed, they were happy, but since then he's done hardly anything for them. So it is what it is. But just to go back to a slight comparison here, the total sacking cost 63.1 million, equivalent to one. Pretty much, they could have got themselves Erling Haaland for 51 million fee. Dark times. Okay, let's go to some positives. Out of all the managers, I think Jose Mourinho was the best one, and he did the best because he won. He got them some solid trophies. You get what I'm saying? He won the Europa. Yeah, he won Europe. Can't even say the words. Um, where is he? On my left here, as you can see. Um, in the so yeah, it's in the year from 2013 to now, they've won two FA Cups, two League Cups and one Europa League Cup under Jose Mourinho, which I was trying to say earlier. But generally speaking, Ole, he did alright. Ole at the wheel. Some nice finishings. He like in the top end of the table, second, third here, sixth. But still dire. He's still not what Man United are used to under Sir Alex Ferguson. And is this consistent downgrade of managers or players or things just not working out consistently season after season? It comes a time when it's just not good enough, and other teams have been getting better. Man City have gotten better in recent times. Liverpool have gotten better in recent times. Chelsea, Abramovich and all that, and then Ted Bowling coming in. Who knows? It's still up and down for them, but generally speaking, in terms of trophies, they've won. They've done a lot. They've won Champions League. Um, Club World Cup. Like they've done stuff, Chelsea, and so has City. back-to-back winners of the Premier League, one Champions League. Like they've won it all. Pep Guardiola has won it all, and that's just testament to appointing the right manager. At Liverpool, we've won it so many times, so many different trophies, FA Cup, Champions League, you name it. Some would argue the Champions League is a hard one. Obviously, it is because you're going up against the best in Europe, and as most would acknowledge, I mean, Arteta's going through it. 6 years or so, no Champions League in sight. Or this year, although this year, at the moment, they're sitting top of the Champions League table and top of the Premier League. So who knows? They might do it this year. But the point I'm trying to make is getting a manager in, sticking with them, and not hoping, but progress. As long as you keep seeing progress, you leave them in there, let them get their players in, let them build something, a foundation, something that can be built on. And Arteta seems to have done that because yes, they finished second, third, eighth. Like, don't get me wrong, they haven't won much in terms of the Premier. They haven't won the Premier League. They haven't won Champions League, one FA Cup in the last 6 years. But at least everyone can see football wise they are on an upward trajectory. They're doing good. Opposed to Man United, who just keep sacking managers after managers, merry-go-round. And the what's that saying, guys? Help me in the comments. I'm sorry if I butcher it, but what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. I think it was Albert Einstein who said that. Again, shoot me up, diss me in the comments if I've got it wrong, but essentially that's what Man United are going through. The Glazers, Ineos, um, what's the other guy name? Um, Jim Ratcliffe. All them hierarchies at Man United, they're gonna have to pick a manager and stick by them, spend wisely, get some good scouting, some good ballers in there, and weather the storm because eras come to an end, and if you're not careful, that era will stay there forever. And I'm sure Man United don't want to be that club. Liverpool, we never wanted to be that club. Hence, we brought in the likes of Jurgen Klopp, and he changed our club. He did everything not right, but he saw what was wrong. He built the foundation. He gave the youngsters game time. The formation he brought a style of football that most fans envied and loved. Liverpool fans loved. He got the crowd going. Like, Old Trafford is dead most of the time. Most Man United fans will tell you the atmosphere is dead. The structure of the stadium is dead. The foundations are like everything is just dire over there. So until certain things get fixed, Man United, unfortunately for them, they're gonna stay in the mud. They're gonna keep struggling, and it is what it is for now. Last thing I wanted to point out, before I leave you guys is this part here. The money part. I think if you think with your business head, they've Man United, like I said earlier, they make a lot of money, 8.2 billion in revenue. They make a lot of money. So the power ups, the major shareholders, the owners, the Glazers, all them lot upstairs, they might not care. They might care. Then in the football terms, I'm talking about, because they're making what they're making money up there. So football terms, the fans are more connected to the football. They want to see brilliant football. They don't really care about the money too tough kind of thing. They're supporting the club and paying for the shirts, whichever whatever players they bring in. They're supporting it. But the power ups in terms of football, if they care, I don't think is of a big magnitude for them to do anything about it, because as long as that money just keeps coming in like it has been coming since Sir Alex Ferguson left, I'm not sure they're gonna want to do anything of stature or anything to fundamentally change what is going at Man United. But it is what it is. I'm a Liverpool fan. It's their problem. We're okay for now. Hopefully, Slot is keeps reigning supreme. We sort out our injury issues and we keep going and we don't end up like a Man United because that's the worst thing. I was in the dark for years when Man United were slapping teams right, left, and centre, winning leagues after one after another, Champions League here, and my team Liverpool, we were in the mud, struggling most of the time. Man United have to accept that's where they are at the moment. So until next time, peace.